When we talk about the Salton Sea today, we talk about millions of dollars in hopes of saving it, or fish die-offs, or that smell, that awful smell. But that wasn't always the case. In fact, the Salton Sea was once a much sought-after resort getaway for families and the rich and famous. And that's the focus of tonight's Our Desert Past. This is the picture we have become accustomed to when we think about the Salton Sea. A dying body of water with fish die-offs, algae blooms, and abandoned buildings and homes. But there was a time when the Salton Sea was a much-loved resort getaway. In the not-so-distant past, the Salton Sea was an oasis in the desert, a place where Hollywood celebrities would spend time boating and enjoying the 2 yacht clubs, as well as golf on the shores of this huge inland body of salt water. Families flocked to the sea for water sports, fishing, picnics, and cooling off in the sea's lazy waves.
It seemed like this fabulous gift, that this would be a boon. I mean, this would be a new resort area. I mean, the climate would be ideal for people who are seeking respite from damp, cold areas to come out to the desert. There'd be sun. It would be a great place for boating and fishing, water skiing.
The sea was born after a series of man-made canals, and Mother Nature conspired to create the Salton Sea. At first in an attempt to irrigate the fertile land of the Imperial Valley. But a few years of heavy rain and snowpack melted off suddenly. The Colorado River overflowed and canals burst, and the inland body of salt water was created by God and by man.
In 1905, the Colorado River flooded, massive flooding, 20-30 foot high wall of water throughout the area. And so that is known as, or referred to as, the creation flood.
But as the valley grew and became a more popular place to be in the post-war years, families ventured further out of Palm Springs and discovered this oasis. Developers moved in, restaurants, docks, yacht clubs were created. Roads and parking lots were paved, and the Salton Sea was the place to be. But not for long.
The height of the Salton Sea in terms of serving as a resort destination was really only 1950s or through early 1960s. It was a relatively short period, this heyday.
But as the sea became more salinated, the seemingly endless series of droughts and then floods, algae blooms, fish die-offs began to shrink the lake. The shoreline became unsteady and the massive number of tourists began to go away, leaving us with what we have today.
Flood happened in the early 70s, and it became apparent that that wouldn't be feasible. And so since then, it's really been in decline. Once it became apparent that it could not continue to serve as a recreational area.
The fate of the sea is unknown at this time, but back in the day, for a very short period of time, oh, what a fabulous place it was. If you'd like to learn more about the Salton Sea specifically, there's a great exhibit going on at College of the Desert right now, so check out our friends over across the street at College of the Desert. If you love stories about the desert on a whole, and specifically Palm Springs, head out to the Historical Society. They're right in the heart of downtown Palm Springs on Palm Canyon Road between Arenas and Barristo.
Wow.